I think this is it. I think this is it. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna kill myself. Not really. So I was just trying to stream on TikTok. I was just trying to stream on TikTok, and that was not happening. Too many issues with what's going on with like the damn thing. It was pissing me off. I don't know why it was giving me so much trouble. I mean, like everything, like from setting it up to trying not to die to all this unnecessary stuff. Like I don't know, man. It took too long. It was getting me. I was getting pissed. So here I am. I guess I'll stream on YouTube. Oh fuck. Um, that's just a means to an end because I'm gonna be using this channel a little bit longer, a little bit more. Yeah, damn it. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Back where we started. Damn. Yeah, it might also be just my connection to the USB drive. I think that could be that majorly could be it, but I don't know. Like, I've never had an issue with any other streaming platform, and I have the ability to stream on TikTok, but oh well. Boom. Oh, I don't give a shit. There we go. Let's get that out of here. I could have sworn I'd beaten that level too. Oh well. This level in particular, the Gorilla Glaciers or whatever it's called. Yeah, man, very hard. Killing myself. Yeah. So, real quick, um, I made a. Oh my god, he just jumped at me. Look how freaking jump. Oh my god. Really naughty. He's fucking me up. Look how pissed he is. You know how terrified I'd be actually? Like, actually. If it was like, if I walked outside and a beaver, right? A beaver this big. Like, look how big he is. Like, he's big as hell. If I walked outside and there was a beaver this big, I think I'd kill myself. I'd rather not deal with it. Because once he gets a hold of you, it's over. Your life is over. Like he if that beaver grabs you, you're fucked. He's gonna gnaw at your nutsack and you're gonna die. He's gonna gnaw at your nutsack and it's gonna be over. That's it. So aside from the video I made, right? It made it sound like I was violently upset with Nintendo. Well, I mean, I didn't say I was violently upset with Nintendo. I was just kind of disappointed because, you know, I'm ass. I was kind of upset because just like it's one of those things where it's just like, damn, dude, like I can't believe they make the price like that. But right now, at this particular point in time, money is not an issue for me to spend $500 on a console with Mario Kart World Tour. The issue that I have with it, though, the main issue, is the fact that Nintendo's charging $80 for video games now, and like, who's to say that the next Zelda game isn't going to be $90? Like, real shit. And I know there's like a boomer out there saying, "Oh, I'm old. I remember when I paid for my SNES game, Mortal Kombat or whatever the fuck, right? He paid an absurd amount of money for that, for Mortal Kombat or some other garbage SNES game, 70, $80, right? And while that's true, you know, the technology has advanced to the point where they can kind of justify the price. There was new technology. Mode 7 was a thing. People were really excited for the technology that was coming out, and so that's kind of what drove the price. Like, you were just like, yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on you know F-Zero, because the graphics look so good, or Star Fox. The graphics look so good, or Donkey Kong, right? The graphics it's 3D. Like, this is a prime example of a game that did this, right? Like, everyone was like, Donkey Kong is a 3D game. I remember when I was a kid, and I'm dead. I remember when I was a kid, and people were saying that this is a 3D game. And I'm not old, right? Like, I'm not super old. I'm just saying, like, the 2000s, right? 2000s, people thought this was a 3D game, even though it's 2D. But technology has advanced. So that's why it's just like, I understand, why it was like so expensive. Oh fuck. But at the same time, at the same exact time, it doesn't really justify it. Like, Mario Kart World being $80 is insanity. Like, just being real. Like, even if they did have, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, open world ability and all this other gobbledygook. It's not. I don't think it's worth that. You know. Okay, I thought there was like an ape was gonna throw something at me. But yeah, no, it didn't make that much sense. You're like, oh, I love Lean. I love Donkey Kong. Or I love Monkey. But anyways, I think the real reason why I'm super excited for the Switch 2 is mainly because of Donkey Kong Banazna. Real shit. If Donkey Kong did not get announced, I probably would have never gotten the Switch 2. Like, 1000%. Like, I would have probably left alone. I would probably left it alone and said, yeah, it's a console. It's got Mario Kart. And I like Mario Kart, but like, if none of my friends are getting it, then I don't really care. And only one of my friends are actually. Well, sorry, not friend. Sorry, let's change that. Not a friend, but an associate. An associate's getting the game, right? And as far as I'm concerned, he's a dickhead. Oh fuck, I missed the O. He's a dickhead, and I don't want to play the game with him. But I just know that other people might be able to play it during that time period. I just know that it's gonna be fun, right? I know Mario Kart's gonna be fun, and then waiting a month for Bonanza is gonna be pretty interesting too. But at the same time, like, I don't really care, about other games during the time period. Oh fuck, you know. So, but I am really excited for Donkey Thick. Been excited for Donkey Kong for a minute, actually. My jaw dropped to the fucking ground. Jaw dropped to the fucking ground. This is more so just a test stream too. Like, I'm not gonna leave this up. Like obviously, I'm very excited for the game. I'm excited for, you know, the lore, because Nintendo's now kind of taking the hint that people give a shit about lore, right? Look at Kirby, right? Kirby fans exist strictly because they want to talk about the lore of the game, and so now, because if you want to get the next Kirby game, you get to learn more lore about Wispy Woods or some gobbledygook, right? And that's kind of like where we're at with like why games are the way they are. Oh shit! So here's 10,000 pounds. Oh, you didn't move. Yeah, I'm very upset that TikTok didn't allow me to stream though, because I know I would have probably hit a lot more, like either followers or people just dropping by. Oh shit! Oh god, there he is. Strongest being in the galaxy. I forgot I can't roll into him. Oh, look at him. I got shot. I got shot. I always wondered when I was a kid, like the neckies, right? I don't know if they're shooting at walnuts or whatever. Like they're either shooting at walnuts or, you know, I don't know. I just never got it. You know, that's what makes Donkey Kong so cool. But speaking of Donkey Kong, oh, get away from me. I really can't wait to see what kind of like story takes place for Donkey Kong. You know, like obviously, Smash is Smash, and like King K. Rool being in Smash is probably the biggest thing that this like the franchise ever like got in a while. And it's nothing to sneeze at, right? Like people were very excited for K. Rool to be in Smash or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, K. Rool, he's really cool," and now he's like in Smash as a staple character, right? So if I were making another Donkey Kong game, I would think to myself, well, I better make sure that he's the antagonist, or at least appears in the next Donkey Kong game that we're gonna have him franchise for, or like show for round four. Oh God. Okay. So. Well, fucking look at Clump, dude. Clump's a fat fuck. I got robbed. Oh, come on. Bet your ass I'm using chaos control. Yeah, because like I don't know what they're gonna do with K. Rool, man. I mean, it's like it's obvious he's gonna be in the game. If he's not in the game, I'll probably be like, "Damn, that's crazy," right? Or if he is in the game, it'll probably be like, a fossil version. He gets crumpled to like disintegrates into a bunch of bone, right? At the very end, or at least in one of the stuff, right? Because if K. Rool's in the game, right, or if K. Rool just like shows up as a story plot point, that'd be pretty sick. I have a lot of theories about K. Rool and what he's been doing and why he's been absent. You know, I think one of the things in general, and I like the theory too. It's not a theory, but like I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of videos, like right, but like one of the things I remember watching was somebody was talking about like like the story implement of the game is like you're going deeper and deeper into the earth, right? So you're traveling downwards. And in the previous Donkey Kong games, right? Like let's say for instance the first two three games, right? The first game, right? You're on Donkey Kong. The second game, you're going to maybe territory, right, to get DK back. But then like you're at the bottom of the island, and you get to go see like the cremator or whatever, right, or the Lost World, and that's like underneath the island, right, and then the island gets sunk with the power or whatever, right, that the little rainbow shit. And I think it's pretty cool. But then like you go to the next game, and the next game takes it up a notch, right, where K. Rool is in a submarine, right, and he's going lower and lower, right. You know what I mean? He's going deeper and deeper. You find like in his final boss, he's in a submarine. Why is he in a submarine? Why is he going lower? Right? I just like that, the first three games, And then, like, Donkey Kong 64, obviously, they're going to different parts of the island, either that or different parts of the world. Who knows if that is Donkey Kong Island or you're underneath the island. That was cheap as hell, So, there's that. You got, K. Rool just being, fat as shit and taking out the bananas. There's plenty of stuff floating around. So, there's plenty of stuff floating around. I can't really think about it all at once, right? Like I have to sit down and like kind of get my thoughts together. But there's plenty of stuff that's going on, underneath the surface. You know what I mean? Like the Kremlings, right, or the Croc Rocks, or whatever they're called. They're skeleton fossils or whatever, and I think that's really unique. It's like what happened to them, or whatever the fuck. And if we're going deeper into the earth, then we're probably going to learn more about the world of Mario as a whole, right? I don't give a shit. Actually, let's get DK back. Like you're gonna learn more about Donkey Thick and the races that dwell inside the planet, right? Let's just say, for instance, right, you get to go to the snow area, the snow region, and then you see the snowmads again. Like Donkey Kong encounters the snowmads. You know how cool that would be? Be like, yeah, we didn't want to take over the islands above. We just wanted to chill here. Fat fuck discussing ass smelling. Frederick was nice, and Frederick was like, I was told by some fat fuck that he was going to the planet, He told us about Donkey Kong Island. It would be so cool, right, if K. Rool was just like pulling the strings all together, right? Like he was like too busy doing shit on his own, right? He was too busy doing the shit underground that he hired people to kind of do his stuff, you know what I mean? Like Voiko, I think those three monkeys are pretty cool, but like I don't really want, that monkey with the banana phone to be the main antagonist of the game. I think that'd be pretty lame. It really would. And we all know that too, right? We all know that. All of us know that. I think like all of us are pretty aware that like K. Rool should be the final boss of that game, right? Of some kind of degree, right? Like he's trying to do something. He's trying to either revive He's trying to revive the Kremling race, right? By meddling with powers that's beyond his comprehension, which is something that he did in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, right? Like in Donkey Kong Country 2, right? He definitely fucked around and found out about maybe I can use it again. So then he gets a big brain, right? Like, K. Rool is a character, okay? And we're not saying he's completely stupid, okay? Let's just assume that he's, like, really hyper intelligent, okay? Like, he can, like, if he really puts his mind to it, he doesn't really care. He can be as smart as he wants to, right? Which is exactly what happened in Donkey Kong Country 3. Like, he donned a new persona, he took on some pots and pans. He made that chaos, right? That machine, right? That was powered by Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, right? He made that shit out of pots and pans. Whether it's accurate or not, whether it's like, oh, my wife's pots and pans, he still made it from pots and pans. Do you know any scientists? Oh shit, I'm squished. Do you know any scientist, right, that has made stuff out of pots and pans? Oh, Donkey Thick. Like a machine. Like I need. It's like if Elon Musk made an AI robot out of pots and pans, I'd have been like, okay, Elon, dickhead. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things where it's just like, the sky's the limit. Like I like that theory. I like how the game is folded out, where it's just like you have to go deeper to find more answers in the story, right? Like dig deeper underground, right? And I don't know what time period it will start, right? Because we all know, right? Pauline's gonna be in the game, or Pauline's cousin's in the game for some reason, right? But like, in what regard, because it's not unfamiliar of it. Like the Mario verse is not unfamiliar to time. What's it called? Ugh. It's not unfamiliar to time travel, right? Just overall, you know, like what if it was just Pauline that, like, what if it was K. Rool and he was just trying to go back in time and he failed? What the hell? And he failed, right? He was trying to go back in time and he failed. So so he was just trying to take over New York City, but he fucked up, and Pauline was like, "You're a piece of shit," and Kira was like, "Oh yeah, I love thee," and then just sends her, like, goes back in time to kill Pauline or something, or turn into a rock. I think it's just one of those things. It's just like, what are you gonna do? Oh god, I'm gonna use rewind as much as I possibly can. You know, like what kind of shenanigans, you know, does that Pauline have with Odd Rock? And like I said, the critters are back, so we just don't. It's just so much, right? There's so much, and this is like, Donkey Kong has been neglected for like probably maybe like 15 years, right? So there's not really that much you can say or do about Donkey's Dick, Excuse me. Sorry if I'm laser focused. I like levels like these. It makes my brain go burr. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like anything, the sky is quite literally the limit. Oh fuck. Asshole. Yeah, because like there's so much stuff you can do, man. I don't know. There's so much stuff. Like it's like you got stupid shit like this where it's just a drum as a boss fight. Like why? Die. What? Oh, I got the caverns. That's right. I always thought, right? I always forget about the caverns. I completely forget about this level. I always forget about this level. Always, always, always. Every single time I play Donkey Kong Country, I always forget about this fucking level. Like after the mines, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fight K. Rool, but I completely forgot that this is the last. This is the last zone in the game. Like I always forget. Like I remember this gimmick right where you fill up the fuel cart for the tank, but I don't remember the zone right. I always kind of put like all the levels together in like a mush. But yeah. All right, I think that's gonna be it for me for right now, though. I'm gonna quickly save. Create suspended pursuit point. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna save that, and then I'm gonna go about my business because I just wanted to test this. So, anyways, if anyone's there, thank you for watching. Good night.